Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Classic Restos. Of course not possible without the continued support of Shannon's Insurance. Why not pick up the phone and give Shannon's a call for a quote on 134646. In fact, how good are Shannon's? They'll offer you a 10% multi-policy discount if you add your home insurance to your car or bike insurance. Find out more when you visit Shannon's online at shannons.com.au. Oh, and while you're there, you can sign up and become a member of the Shannon's Club, where you can greet other fellow enthusiasts just like us. And on today's show, I have travelled yet again to Pennsylvania in the United States of America for the 2013 Carlisle Ford Nationals. This is it, Carlisle Events, the place where motoring enthusiasts turn up from all over the country. We're talking world scale here, and over the next few days, literally thousands of classic Fords will enter the grounds and be here on display. And when we talk foregrounds, we are talking over 100 acres. If you choose to walk up and down every aisle of classic car displays and traders, comprising companies and private swappers, it's tens of miles. Carlisle is a meeting place. It has a feeling of camaraderie, and it doesn't matter what make or model vehicle you may be into, there will be a full-blown organised event here to suit your illness. These guys don't muck around. These are the big events, and this is Classic Restos, the only TV show of its kind to bring it to you the way it is. Now, here in Building T is a car that you will not see every day. It's the 1976 Ford Torino that was used in the TV series of Starsky and Hutch. This is the original car used in the TV series that actually ran from 1975 through to 1979. This car also featured in the 2004 movie remake of Starsky and Hutch, starring Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. With me now I have the owner. How you doing, Steve?
Good, Fletch. How are you? Good,
mate. Good. Gee, this is awesome. You're the owner of this car, the original Starsky and Hutch car. How does it make you feel?
Oh, great. I have the largest collection of Starsky and Hutch memorabilia probably in the world, StarskyandHutchCollectibles.com. So I can't have a collection like that and not own one of the actual TV Torinos.
What a score. I mean, fierce having one of these in your shed. Tell us about the car. I mean, the 460 up front, that's the first thing that bowled me over. I thought they may have ran a 351.
Well, this was considered the stunt car for the TV show. So in order to do the stunts that they needed to do, they needed a lot of horsepower and so this is the car they used. They switched the car from a bench seat to bucket seat, so it's also known as the bucket seat car, because every time they did the stunts, Hutch would slide into Starsky. They talked to the directors and asked them to put bucket seats in. So now we have the bucket seat car.
Now, Steve, what's going on with the brother car or the sister car next to it here?
Well, that car is actually that's hero car number 1 from the movie with Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson. So notice the color of the paint. It's a Viper red versus 2B red from Ford. So that was the difference there. But it's a 351 Windsor with like 430 horse or something like that.
Yeah. Steve, how do these cars drive? Are they still nice on the road?
Oh, awesome drive. It's like driving on a cloud. I mean, everything was built brand new on this car, restored, except for the interior. This is the actual interior they sat in. Yeah. So it's never been changed except for the carpet. So the seats are the seats they sat in.
Not high mileage cars either, of course.
No, they were like 30-some thousand miles on them. Yeah. Now they're new, so.
Remarkable stuff. Well, you know what? It's just something. It's just something different every year that you see here at Carlisle. It's an awesome event here, isn't it?
We were happy that Carlisle asked us to be here on the Invitational. It was great to have, and this is the first time that a movie Torino and a TV Torino are together. Yeah. So it'll probably be the last time, too.
Good on you, Steve. Thanks for bringing both cars along, mate, because what a splendid effort here in Building T. Certainly a highlight inside here today.
Yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Here at Carlisle Events, if the weather gets a little drab, there's many covered pavilions to amuse you for hours. And this year of 2013, it marks the 50th anniversary of the Ford Hypo 289 V8. Hypo engines were big back in the 1960s in the United States of America. What makes these old bangers interesting is that these engines were basically stock. They received the usual camshaft, cylinder head porting, higher compression ratios, and 4-barrel carby changes. Yes, sir, these were the cars that would still be able to go and collect your groceries from the store, but have them back home before anyone else in the street. In 1963, Ford released a no-compromise high-revving V8 known as the K-Code. These engines certainly dominated in many circles, and the K-Code was also offered as an option in not only Mustangs but Comets and even Fairlanes, where the standard cubic acres may have just been never enough. These Mustangs host a Ford Boss 302 V8. There's 525 horsepower here on tap all day long. Transmission is a T660 6-speed with a rear gear diff ratio of 4.5 to 1. I hope you're really enjoying the 2013 Carlisle Ford Nationals here in Pennsylvania, USA. It's thanks to Shannon's Insurance. Back with more after this. Welcome back. You know, there's no doubt that Carlisle, Pennsylvania, United States of America is an absolute gorgeous tourist destination. Now, you can work this in with the Carlisle events. If you have a hankering for your Ford, GM or Chrysler shows, perhaps a Fletch tour may be in order for you. Now, we're taking expressions of interest right now. Go to classicrestos.com.au and send me an email. Moving along, time for Mark now. How are you, Mark?
Just fine, Fletch. How about yourself?
Good, good. I see you. You're here early, you're busy, you're polishing the car up. It looks great.
Thanks. Thank you.
How long have you had it?
19 years.
Wow. This has been a lot to you. It'd be like removing a limb taking this car from you.
It would be, yeah. It would be. Every time I think about selling it, I know I'd be running down the street trying to get it back once the guy drove it off. So it's staying.
It'd be like taking a bone from a cranky dog.
Pretty much, yeah.
Now, Mark, what I love about this particular two-door Falcon, the original 170 six-cylinder engine, and a 3-speed manual box, 3 on the tree. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thanks.
I mean, so many guys take those out, as we know, put the V8s in, which nothing wrong with that either. But to see one in its entirety, original condition, that's just very, very nice. Well kept.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, to be honest with you, when I first bought it, I had every intention of putting a 302 in it, and I just looked at the car and I said, I can't touch it. It's too original. It's too nice.
What's the history of the car, Mark? Where did you get it from?
I bought it in Berlin, New Jersey. I found it in front of a muffler shop, and what the guy told me was that the owner of it before had passed on, and his wife was getting rid of the cars. Apparently, he had about 11 cars in his building. They were all Cadillacs except this one. And I don't know how true that story is, but that's what they told me.
So many derivatives too, the Comet, the Sprint, I mean the Falcon. It was just a great base platform for a lightweight performance car. But when you see one like this, its original 6-cylinder engine, the original door trims, the original interior, the push-on dress rims, wow, I mean what a score.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Good on you. Mark, thanks for your time, mate, and thanks for turning up here at Carlisle. See, without guys like this, there'd be no Carlisle. But on that note, tell us, what's your thoughts on Carlisle events for Ford?
I've always liked them. I've been coming to this for about 12 years, and it's almost like a high school reunion where you'll just bump into the same people. You see them at Carlisle every year.
And there's always bonuses too, because every year there's new cars that'll either get found or restored. So every year there'll be one or two that'll turn up that must be new to the pack.
Oh yeah. There's something that somebody's been working on for 5 years suddenly shows up.
Have you travelled far? Where are you from, Mark?
Near Philadelphia, PA. So it's about 2.5 hours from here.
Good on you. Okay, great to catch up. Thanks, Mark.
Fletch, thank you very much.
The 2013 Carlisle Ford Nationals, moving our way along the row. Hello, Jim.
Hello, Fletch.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. It's turned out to be a nice morning.
Absolutely. A little better than yesterday, but we can't help the weather, can we?
No, we can't. We take our chances.
All these Galaxies along here. Oh, I'm in awe. I love these cars. These are beautiful. This particular one here of yours, a 1963, hosting a 406 under the hood. Look at you. You're a hot rodder.
Oh, yes. I've got a couple of cars, and this is one we take. It's been to Gulfport and New York. It's been everywhere.
That's amazing. Isn't that great, too? Not only have these cars, but get out and drive them as well.
Well, I never was rich, so whatever money I had, I put into something I could use, and I stayed that way, and that's what I do now.
Absolutely. I mean, back in 1963, you would have been a rich guy to afford one of these brand new.
Oh, yes. Those were too expensive for me back then.
So tell me, Jim, back in your college days, what was the car of your dreams? What did you used to drive around when you were a young guy?
1966 Ford Fairlane GT.
In Australia, yeah, we would have killed for cars like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I almost had to get mine.
You're a kid in high school driving around in cars like that. Absolutely unbelievable. Well, tell us quickly about this car, Jim. Like, how long you've had it? What have you done to it?
I've had this car for about 4 years. We got it from New Mexico. It's rust-free, and we did a complete restoration, frame off on it. And we put about 15,000 miles on it since last year.
Jim, you've done a beautiful job. I mean, I love the interior. There's something about that pencil chrome, the black trim. That's just awesome. I take it that was original.
No, it was an original black car. But I wanted something with a little more pizzazz to it and something that would stand out a little bit more than black.
And it still keeps it in the realms of what was available from Ford back in the day.
Yes, sure is.
I mean, we see the car next to us here with the 390 there, the chrome inserts in those seats, same as yours too. I mean, what a highlight, what a beautiful car.
Oh, yes. This guy here, Bob Rose, he's from Tennessee, and he's a Facebook friend of mine. And anyway, he restored his back to original too. Original.
That's right. Good on you, Jim. Well, before I let you go, I've got to ask you one question. Yes. What's it like when you plant your right foot?
It's exhilarating. It's I enjoy it. I'm 65 years old, and I go through the quarter mile in 13 seconds.
That's amazing. Hey, 65 and still young.
Yes.
Yeah. Good on you, Jim. You take care of yourself. Lovely catching up with you. You know, guys like yourself really make it for me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Fletch.
No worries.
I appreciate it.
That's good. Thanks, Jim.
All right.
Moving through as we do, look at this. We're in the Crown Victoria row now, the 50s models. These are just so elegant. Beautiful cars. Welcome to the show, Nick.
Welcome to you too, Fletch.
Thanks very much. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
This is 1956 Crown Victoria. What a beautiful car. Nick, tell us the deal. How long have you had it?
We've had it about 3 months, and it's a beautiful car.
Drive okay on the road?
Oh, it's beautiful on the road.
So you thought you'd bring it to Carlisle?
That's right, to see what we can win with it.
You know what? The trophy, I reckon, with this car would be just getting out there and just driving it. Would I be right?
That's right.
Now, 1956, Nick, what sort of engine are we looking at in terms of size?
312.
Now, Nick, being a 1956 car, when it comes to the mechanical side of things like front end, engine, transmission, diff, anything been done?
Nothing being done to it. It's in perfect condition.
And how far have you travelled to get to Carlisle?
We traveled about 110 miles to get here.
Yeah. And not a problem at all, just ran beautifully.
It all run beautiful.
Isn't it amazing? Let's have a look at the embellishments on this car. Now, we all know they're laced with chrome and lots of stainless steel, but what about this stainless steel band that runs across the top of the turret? That is just beautiful.
Yeah, that's when they made them in 55 and 56. They're Crown Victorias.
Well, I think it was your son Dan was alluding to the fact too that Crown Victoria went along too with the crowning process too, to put the band there like to crown the car.
Yeah.
All right, Nick, thanks for your time. I know you love this car. I mean, look at the interior. I mean, it's just gorgeous all the way. Even when you look at the back seat with the chrome V and the Ford crest between the two seats, all that sort of stuff.
Beautiful. Very nice.
Now, Nick, I'm not going to let you go just now. You're holding out on me. You've got something to tell me. What is it?
That's right, Fletch. That was the first car I ever bought before I got married. It was a 56. I paid $3,400 for it, and we've been married 56 years with the car.
That's amazing. And your wife's not with us here today?
No, she's home.
Oh, she's home.
Yeah, she's home.
So boys' weekend out, Nick.
Boys' weekend, every weekend.
Look at the smile. He's got lipstick on both ears from smiling so much.
You're right, Fletch.
Thanks, Nick.
All right.
He's a good guy. Good on you, buddy. If you're really enjoying the TV show Classic Restos, the DVD boxed sets, along with Classic Restos merchandise, make great gifts. You can check it all out at classicrestos.com.au. Back with more in just a moment. Welcome back. You know, the Carlisle Ford Nationals also hosts some exciting stuff as well. This year it's about the Raptor. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing very well, Fletch. How are you?
Good, mate. Tell us, what's the go with this Raptor?
Well, the Raptor is basically an F-150 that's been highly modified. The fenders are different, the hood's different, suspension is totally different. It's got a Fox Racing off-road suspension on it. This truck uses a 6.2-liter V8. It's 411 horsepower, 6-speed transmission, shift on the fly, 4-wheel drive. You've got over a foot of suspension travel. It's got 35-inch all-terrain tires. This thing can jump over some pretty mean stuff and go through some pretty cool off-road obstacles.
Amazing. You got a good market over here in the United States of America for this vehicle?
Very good market. These trucks have been selling more and more every year since Ford brought them out, so it's been very popular.
Interesting legacy too, with the F-Series truck being the most sold vehicle worldwide.
That's correct, you know, and this is kind of a halo vehicle for the F-150 or, you know, any of the trucks.
You can say that again. I mean, when I saw it, I stood back and the first thing I thought was, halo, look at you.
It's a desert racer for the street.
Well, if anyone's going to do it, it's Ford over here in the United States, no doubt about that, Nick.
Well, Fletch, we've got the Lincoln for off-roading right here, so it's a lot of fun.
Good on you, mate. Good to catch up with you. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, moving through from the Raptor, one of the highest powered all-terrain vehicles, to this, another high-powered lawnmower. 351 Cleveland on a lawnmower. How are you, Paul?
I'm doing fine, Fletch.
That's good. This is awesome.
Thank you very much.
What's it run on?
It runs on alcohol.
Just like its driver.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd have to be. Oh, it'd be popping wheelies on you. How do you control it?
Well, it's geared for torque because we use it for tractor pulling. So it's more for torque, not so much speed.
And what made you come up with the idea, the concept?
There were some Chevy guys in our club. They said I couldn't put a Ford in a Cub Cadet.
Oh, that's the worst thing they could have said, right?
And I'm a diehard Ford guy. Yes.
That's awesome. I mean, you know, they have 351 Clevelands. I mean, they pull your house down. I mean, they're a fantastic small block. To be used in this application with the headers out the side, the old school intake going on there, looks like a 750 up on top there. I mean, this is it's an awesome bit of gear.
Yes, it's custom-made intake. It's got a roller cam in it. The compression's 15.5 to 1.
15.5 to 1?
Yes, that's the compression.
It's like it's a 351 diesel.
Yes. This motor was in my 1969 Mustang Mach 1, right, and I used it for drag racing. Yep. And so I had to prove those Chevy guys wrong. Yep. So I put my 69 Mustang on jack stands, and I took the motor out, and I put it into the Cub Cadet.
Are you still friends with these Chevy guys?
Oh, we're arch enemies now. Yes.
How does the gearbox and driveline work?
Well, it's a direct drive, and I took measurements and pictures from the Chevy guys. They had their tractors built, and I just put my own twist to it. Yeah. And I just made their ideal better. Yeah, good on you. Yes.
That's great, Paul. Thank you very much for sharing this with us, because this is what it's all about, being a bit creative and coming up with new stuff, and it's brilliant, Paul.
Thank you very much, Flesh. You're welcome. I really appreciate it.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Time for big boys and their toys now. We've got Sam. How you doing, Sam?
I'm fine, Fletch. How are you?
Good, thank you. 1966 truck. Now, if this is not fully customised, nothing else is. Tell us, where did this all start with you?
Well, we've always been all Ford family, so we wanted to have a Ford truck that was different from the rest of them, something you don't see every day.
Okay, so what was the first thing that you did? Were you inspired by changing engine? Did you have it in your mind how it was going to look when it was finished? Run us through the process of it.
We did have a plan before we started, so this did come out exactly as planned. but we did remove all the body and the box and everything off the frame and start right from the ground up. So we rebuilt it the way we wanted it.
Okay, well, speaking of engine, what do we got up front?
It's a 406 Ford with side draft Makuni carburetors.
Yeah, they look pretty cool too. I mean, it's a big vehicle, heavy. How does it perform?
It runs real good. It rides good. It has air ride. You know, has overdrive. It runs good down the road.
Okay. Sam, what transmission are we running in diff gears?
It's a 5-speed direct, and it's got a gear vendor's overdrive behind it.
Mate, you got the big, you got the dualies out back. It's got that fat look looking from the rear on. It's a beast of a truck.
Yes, it is.
Sam, I love what you've done. You've got some new stuff here. It's old school but new. I mean, and when we look out back as well, we've got those two side pipes. I mean, how cool are they?
Well, yeah, they're 7-inch stacks. You know, it sounds good going down the road. It is muffled, but it does sound good going down the road. Yeah.
All right, Sam, thanks for your time. It's good to see a nice truck like this. Truck with a difference too. I mean, God, have a go at it. I mean, it is totally different. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Well, time for John now on today's show. Goodness gracious, look at this. Beautiful 57 Baby Bird. How are you, John?
Good.
That's good. You look good.
Thank you.
You having a good time?
Oh, yeah, great.
You're riveted.
Yeah, I'm riveted.
You are. You'd have to be driving around a Baby Bird like this. You're at Carlisle, one of the biggest Ford events here, the Ford Nationals for 2013. Carlisle events, extremely professional, putting on a do like this. I mean, they have over 10 events a year here, and it's guys like this that turn up with cars like this. It's amazing. So what's the deal on this, John? How long have you had it, and where did it come from?
Oh, it come from California in 1999, and we actually farmed it up here. And we dickered on the deal back and forth with the owner, and finally we got it after about 2 years, and I've been working on it ever since.
It's just amazing. I mean, this type of car fell into the category of the executive wives cars back in the day. That was a big market for wives of the top end.
Yeah, this car had a tag on the build sheet when we bought it, and it was sold to Ford Motor Company, so the car was either used for advertising or it was an executive's car.
Right. John, with this particular one too, being a soft top convertible too, that's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. I just finished the soft top not too long ago, about 3 weeks. So it's back to original how it was built. Yeah. So
paint color, John. What are we looking at?
It's Thunderbird bronze. They only made it 1 year in 1957.
I love the interior too. Is that original?
No, it's redid. I redid that maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, so,
but the base,
original color, how it is, got original radio. Yep. So it's just the way it come out of the factory.
Okay, John, what's happening under the hood?
Well, we have a 312 4-barrel. It's a D-code motor. It hasn't been rebuilt, so it's all original, you know. Yeah. I think it has about 80,000 miles on it now, so it's just a wonderful little car. It's actually my wife's car. I'm just a mechanic that goes with it.
Yeah, she's hanging on to you in case it breaks down, right?
Yeah. And you need that.
Good on you, John. Thanks for your time. Love your car. Thanks for being here at Carlisle. And look, we're approaching the later part of the day, and it's just been massive all the way through, hasn't it?
It's been a great day.
Well, what do you say to that? I hope you've enjoyed just some of the 2013 Carlisle Ford Nationals here in Pennsylvania, United States of America. And there's going to be more Fords at Carlisle coming up on next week's show. ClassicRestos.com.au now, that's the website that you need for the DVD boxed sets of the show, Classic Restos merchandise, and to find out who my major sponsors are and how they can help you. As I say at the end of every show, no matter where you're watching Classic Restos from, please ride and drive safe. I'm Fletch, signing off from Carlisle, United States of America. Thank you for watching. But before I do let you go, here is some of the street parade tonight in downtown Carlisle. Don't forget to like Classic Restos on Facebook. Facebook.com/Classic Restos TV. And episodes can be seen at shannons.com.au.
Classic Restos, proudly brought to you by Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts.